know, it's been a while. Good? All right. If our city manager's ready?
Maybe he's not going to be here tonight.
Mr. Sundstrom, you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay. All right. Good morning. We're going to call this meeting to order. We have 8 items on the agenda this morning, and then, Commissioners, we have a request for an executive session, so I'll call that at the end. All right. We'll get started with our first item, which is approving a request for 7MG, which is 7 Monks Tap Room, for a redevelopment liquor license to be located at 740 Michigan Street.
So moved. Support.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning. On June 3rd, 7 Monks Tap Room applied for a redevelopment liquor license to be located at 740 Michigan Street Northeast. They received approval from the Planning Commission on July 14th and from the Michigan Street Corridor Improvement District on August 10th. The application has also been reviewed by all necessary city departments and is being recommended for approval.
Great.
Okay.
Commissioners, any questions or comments? Commissioner?
Yes, I might add, I was at the Corridor Improvement District meeting, and there was quite a bit of discussion, is always the case these days around parking. But I know that our mobility person, Josh Nairmore, has been involved and in touch with the Neighborhood Association and the Business Association and the Corridor Improvement District Board around this, and that they are working together on solutions for the neighborhood.
Yes. So I see Josh is in the back. Thank you for your work on that. All right. Any other questions or comments? Call the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? It carries. All right. Next, that will take us to our Committee of the Whole, item number 2, which is authorizing alcohol at specific special events located on public property in September, October, November, and December.
So moved.
Support.
Support.
All right, Ms. Yvette Pittman's here to talk to us about this. And Commissioners, you will recall we've had several comments and conversations about this. So Yvette, thank you for working on it.
Absolutely. This is for the events that are September through December. All of these events are required to have insurance, and we'll provide insurance that we will share with risk management. And we are looking forward to a very busy fall.
All right. Questions, Commissioners? Okay. All right. I'll call the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? It carries. Next item, Yvette's also going to talk about this, so I'll ask her to stay up here for us. This is Committee of the Whole, item number 3, and this is authorizing Art Prize 2016 to take place within designated boundaries in the city of Grand Rapids from September 21st until October 9th.
So moved.
Support.
Okay.
Wonderful. We are so excited about Art Prize 2016. A lot of work has gone into this, and this is the routine request that the city approve Art Prize.
It is exciting. I can't believe it's here again already.
Can't either.
And Commissioners, do you have any questions about this? This is similar to what we've done in the past, and so it's just a continuation. I feel like every year we learn, and we hopefully improve the process. Go ahead, Commissioner.
This isn't a question, but I just do want to recognize Yvette for her hard work. I show up at events, and there she is, making sure everything is off and running as it should be. So you do go over and above on weekends and nights. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is true. Thank you. Even when we contact you on Saturday, you are quick to respond. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? It carries. All right. Item number 4 is also related to Art Prize, and this is approving artist and venue agreements for Art Prize 2016.
So moved. Support.
All right.
Hi, good morning, Mayor and Commissioners.
Hey.
Morning.
I'd like to introduce Katie Moore, who's here representing Art Prize today. And Katie is the exhibition's production specialist who's been working closely with myself and other city staff on the venues for this year's Art Prize entries. There'll be some 40 artists displaying at approximately 10 city venues around the city, including the Police Department, Anabawan Park, Calder Plaza, City Hall, Gillette Bridge, the Grand River, Lions Square, Oak Street Park, and Veterans Memorial Park. So we're here seeking your approval of the artist hosting agreements, which define the roles and responsibilities for each of the parties.
Great. Welcome, Katie. Is there anything you want to add or let us know about?
It's going to be an exciting year.
Yes, indeed, it will. It will. Any questions, commissioners? No? All right, I'll call the question then. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? It carries. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
We're really looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that will take us to item number 5, and this is an amendment approving a contract with the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies.
So moved.
Support.
All right, and we have Chief Rahinsky here to tell us about this. Commissioners, as you know, we just went through the accreditation process for the fire department, and we learned a lot through that process. Accreditation is actually a really important process many organizations and departments go through, and gives us an opportunity to make sure that we're meeting all of best practices and standards. So I'll turn it over to the chief to explain it some more and answer any questions.
Good morning, Mayor and Commissioners. As the Mayor stated, CALEA, it's the Commission for Accreditation of Law Enforcement Agencies, and it's really considered the gold standard for law enforcement agencies across the nation. It improves accountability within the department, but it also improves accountability to the community. The initial cost is underwritten 75% by MMRMA, which I think really goes to the strength of the program in terms of being recognized as a liability reducer and a best practices within law enforcement. Starts with the beginning accreditation process would start now and would ultimately end 2 years from now when the city of Grand Rapids will be hosting the National CALEA Convention. So the timing is really opportunistic.
Great. Good. All right, commissioners, questions? Go ahead.
Yeah, just one, Chief. That grant is there based on the fact that it, is it that you find if you meet these standards that you typically don't have as many incidences or training, or what's kind of the thought behind?
That's exactly right, Commissioner. CALEA is almost 500 standards. They're reviewed and updated with best practices continually. Everything from transporting prisoners to inventorying evidence. So the fact that it reduces liability because it keeps you continually seeking improvement and making sure that your policies are state of the art.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Commissioner?
Having the high standards is certainly obviously a good thing. Do you anticipate any internal cost for monitoring, maintaining our accreditation standards, making sure that is there any shift in resources internally to accommodate the facilitation of all this programming?
We believe we've got the capacity internally without adding any additional positions to go through the accreditation process. In terms of cost, there's that $16,000, again, 75% underwritten by MMRMA. But in terms of personnel cost, I don't anticipate any.
Commissioner?
Yes, so, good morning, Chief.
Good morning, ma'am.
I did ask the chief a question that I thought maybe it will be helpful for the rest of you to know. I had asked the question about whether existing city policies would need to be modified through this work, and I'll let him respond to that question.
Sure. The 500 standards that CALEA stipulates all have to do with internal policy and procedure. They're very sensitive to ensure that they don't encroach upon any existing city policies. There's also the ability to opt out of any policies that would conflict with city policies. Having said that, in my 2 previous agencies, we've never encountered the issue where we had a crossover or a conflict with city policy and CALEA policy.
Thank you.
And Chief, maybe you can just elaborate a little bit more on the process. I know I've gone through accreditation processes, and at least when I've gone through them, everyone within my organization is actively engaged at some level, but there's also an opportunity to provide input and feedback, and both within the department and also within the community. Is that also a part of this accreditation process?
It is, and Mayor, your observations are right on. It's a process that will include the entire department, which, to speak to Commissioner O'Connor's point, the reason we won't have to add any personnel is the fact